Good evening, fellow rollers. Tonight we are making something I have not had in 35 years. We are making meatballs with tomato gravy. We're going to start with 1 pound of hamburger. We have about a half of a medium-sized chopped onion. I'll get that in a second. I didn't want to put my garlic spoon in the onion. We're going to use approximately 2 cloves of garlic. Uno, dos. And now that my garlic spoon has been used, I don't have to dirty up any extra dishes. I will scrape the remaining onions out of the dish. Efficiency and laziness go hand in hand. Alright, what I'm going to do is mix this up with my hand. Use this little thing here to make some little small meatballs. A pound of hamburger probably will make a dozen little meatballs. Don't know. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and shake some salt in there, about like that. I don't know how much, just about like that. And then some pepper, about like that. Okay. After I form the meatballs, I'm going to fry them in the skillet for about, just until they brown. Just until they start browning. And then I'm going to pour 2 cans of tomato sauce in the skillet. And I'm going to cook the meatballs in the tomato sauce for about 45 minutes. When this is all said and done, we're going to have a can of peas and some instant mashed potatoes that go real good with tomato gravy on top. Now I'm going to make my gravy by putting approximately 24 ounces of water along with 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. I'm going to mix it with the NutriBullet. I'm going to cross my fingers because I never used that for this purpose. So I'm going to get busy mixing the meatballs. We'll be back when I can show you what they look like. That's about right. All right. That pound of hamburger, along with a half an onion and a little bit of garlic, got us 19 small meatballs. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. We've got our skillet preheating on medium. We put a little oil in the bottom, a little vegetable oil in the bottom of the skillet to try to keep these from sticking. My brother makes these all the time, and I got the jonesing for them. And so a few weeks back I said, "Do you got the recipe for Mom's meatballs and tomato gravy?" And he said, "Yep." And he sent me the recipe. Now, he did not say anything about putting flour or eggs to make these stick together or any breadcrumbs or anything. So if it doesn't work, I'm blaming my brother. I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way. Yep. Catastrophe number 1. Yeah, it'll stick together. Come on. You can do it, baby. You can do it. And voila. Now it's going to take, I'm going to make these good and brown. We're going to finish cooking them, you know, in the tomato sauce for a good 35 to 45 minutes. But I want a good start on the brownness on the outside before we put that tomato gravy in there. Well, as they said in fried green tomatoes, the secret is in the sauce. So, anybody can make hamburger meatballs. We put a little onion, a little garlic, salt, pepper in there and fry them up. But the secret is making the tomato gravy. That tastes good over the meatballs. It tastes good over your mashed potatoes. It tastes good over a piece of white bread.
It'll be my first time to try this, so I'm looking forward to it.
So, anyway, you know, my mom was just, she couldn't cook when she married my stepdad, to be honest. He taught her how to cook. But she improved with practice. So, it's a little brown, so I am going to turn that one over. I'm going to turn that one over. Since there's nothing holding these together, you have to treat them delicately, or they'll fall all apart.
They sure smell good to me. And they look good. Because you know I love a good meatball.
Well, this is not an Italian meatball. And I love a good Italian meatball. No doubt about that. That keeps down to go more towards the middle. Get a little hotter. My mom, just like me, I guess this could be where I got it from, I don't know. She likes her meat well done. So even after getting these brown, we're going to cook it in the sauce for 35 to 45 minutes. So the meat will be done. These have probably been frying about 10 to 12 minutes would be a rough guess. I didn't time it, but they look like they're about a medium rare. There's a little bit of pink in there, but I'm going to cook them. Like I said, I'm going to simmer them in the sauce, which will finish cooking them out. That way they won't hopefully get rubbery and tough. You know, hopefully they'll be half as good as what my mom used to fix. My brother suggested, he said he cooks his 45 minutes in a low simmer. I'm going to look at this and I may cut that down, but we'll let you know how long we cook them. And for now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to add 2 cans of tomato sauce. Just enough to cover up all those. And I'm going to put very little, but a little bit of water to rinse these cans out. So I can salvage that last bit of tomato sauce. That's close enough. Does it work? My brother also suggested draining the fat from the meat after you fried it. I used pretty low fat, so there wasn't a whole lot of grease to drain. So I did not follow that step. If you've got a lot of grease in your pan, you may want to drain some of it off. Ooh, Lordy, I should have used 2 pounds of hamburger. But I got what I got. There's probably not much seasoning in those cans of tomato sauce, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit, just a sprinkling. And just a smidgen of pepper. Just a smidgen. And I'm going to put that just a little below medium. Get that down to a low simmer. And I'm making note of the time, so we will check it. We don't have a cast iron lid, but we have been very fortunate in that this lid seems to fit just right. We'll be back in 25 to 35 minutes or so with Mom's Meatballs and Tomato Gravy. Okay, the meatballs have been simmering for about 25 minutes. I'm going to turn on the burner to start boiling water for some instant mashed potatoes. Turn the peas on low. This is going to be a challenge. The next step, I've got about 20 ounces of water. I poured a little bit out. I've got 3 heaping tablespoons of flour. I'm trying to duplicate the recipe my mom did. To be honest, when I was a kid, I didn't really watch her cook. Not very often, anyway. And my brother gave me this recipe. And during the time that we've been letting this simmer, we've looked at different recipes. And we're going to try some different things the next time we make this. We're going to use either half and half or milk for the gravy, the tomato gravy. We might use a little chicken broth. All right, wish me luck. That looks pretty well mixed up. Yeah. What my brother said to do, he said pour this in a little at a time and stir it. Until it starts to thicken.
You know, I can remember my grandmother making something real similar to this.
And what you described sounds pretty good too.
I don't really remember because I was also a little kid, but my grandmother used to make little meatballs like Dwight just did. And I don't know exactly what she did, but I remember her putting some tomato sauce in the pan. But she would then put elbow macaroni in it and cook it for about 30 minutes. And then she would thicken it with flour or cornstarch or something. So this might be real similar to what my grandmother made.
I
suggested next time put some noodles in it.
And I suggest using 2 pounds of hamburger instead of 1.
Well, it smells good. How long has it been cooking so far?
Including the time to brown the hamburger.
No, I just meant in the sauce.
Oh, the sauce. About 30 minutes, 28 minutes by now.
All right.
Set this here. You know what? I gave it a taste. I added some more salt and pepper. Turned up the heat to try to bring the gravy to a higher simmer, thicken it up.
I am very blessed to have a husband who cooks, and he's helped me with lawn work and housework throughout the day, so. And I'm going to put mine on top of my mashed potatoes.
Of course. I was actually fixing this plate for you. Unless you want to fix your own.
Well, I can transfer it over the potatoes.
There's plenty of gravy.
That's enough gravy. That's way too much gravy. All right. But you're the one that should be making it, but this was to taste test.
Well, you always score higher in plating than I do, so no, I just soon let you plate it. I always get chopped for plating. There's how Linda fixed hers. There's how I fixed mine. Bon appetit. I'm gonna let you, I've tasted it. I'm gonna let you taste it. Come on.
A nod to your mother's tomato gravy and meatballs. Is it like you remember?
It's not bad, but my mom's is better. I'll keep practicing.
Well, it looks good to me. I never got to meet Dwight's mother. There's a money shot right there. I like it. I've never had tomato gravy before, unless that's what my grandmother made, but I think it has good flavor. Good job, babe.
Thank you. Let's
eat.
Let's sit down and eat.
Don't tell Dwight. I went back and took more meatballs and some of that gravy. I really like it. I highly suggest using a little bit more hamburger meat, though, because these meatballs and this tomato sauce is great. Good stuff. Good stuff.